Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.
Hello everybody, this is Paul Neeson of the Raw Life Health Show, and I am so excited. Why? Well, we just completed a 4-part series with Dr. Stanley Bass, and now I'm going to give you my comments about it because so many people have been sending me emails saying, Paul, what do you think about this guy? But before I do that, check this out everybody. Look at that. Somebody just made this for me, and if you want them, just contact me. The Daylight Diet t-shirt. And even on the back, look what it says on the back. Check it out. Alright everybody, so there's the t-shirt. Just send me an email, reply to this video if you're interested in getting one of these, and I'll let you know how you can do that. Now, Dr. Stanley Bass is, I would consider him a friend. I know him for many years. When I first got into the raw food diet and I was interviewing people for my book, The Raw Life, I was looking all over for people that had a lot of experience, and he was one of them. However, at that time, I wasn't ready for his information. I was stuck on this raw vegan track, and I have to be vegan and everything else. I'm here to get the truth out. And I'm not saying that everything Dr. Bass said was what I agree with. I even said on the video I don't agree with him 100% on everything. However, the man is 91 years old. Will somebody please show me a raw food vegan who is 91 years old and looks as good as Dr. and looks at it, forget even looks bad. There's no raw vegans that have been living that long, ever, to my knowledge. So if somebody knows any, let me know. So we got two issues here. One issue is the raw, and the other issue is the vegan. Now, which one should we tackle first? Because I'm getting all these questions from everyone. Well, we'll put it together. A raw vegan, is it possible to be a raw vegan in today's society long term and be successful? From my experience, it's not practical because if you are going to do this, you must make sure you're getting the highest quality produce on a consistent basis. And going to Whole Foods and other health food stores is not the highest quality produce, even if it's raw, ripe, fresh, and organic. The highest quality produce you're going to get is stuff you grow yourself out of good soil, or the wild edible greens, which most of you don't know about, foraging and everything else. That's how you're going to get good quality nutrients. So if you're doing a raw vegan diet and you're not getting these ideal quality nutrients, it's just a matter of time before you end up with a deficiency. And let's be realistic, everyone. Most people eating a raw vegan diet are not really eating a healthy diet. The raw vegan diet, or even the raw food diet, the way it's promoted today, is really not a healthy diet, everybody, because I submit to you that we change the name from a raw food diet to a fresh food diet, because the majority of our food should be raw, ripe, fresh, organic fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Whatever quantity you think is ideal for your situation. However, there's a big difference between fresh foods and the raw foods that are today. Here's what I typically see. I see people thinking they need to be on a 100% raw food diet because if they're not on an all raw diet, something bad's going to happen or something else. So they want to be on a 100% raw vegan diet. So what they'll do is they'll get in a situation where they're hungry. Now they have a choice between something like steamed vegetables or raw food junk food, like a raw food candy bar or raw food pie or something else. And they want to maintain their 100% raw status, so they'll eat the raw food junk food, the candy bar or something else. And I am telling you, steamed vegetables is much less harmful to the body than those raw food candy bars and things like that. I'm not saying you should never do those raw food candy bars, but I'm saying it's not the ideal thing for your body, and it's far more harmful to your health than steamed vegetables. So I started to see this pattern developing in people, and again, I was the main example of this. And thanks to Stanley Bass, Jordan Rubin, and some other people out there, it helped me realize that, I was getting myself into a box and having a closed mind. I have a friend who's 108 years old and he eats fish every single day. And as for cooked food, if cooked food was as bad as people say it is, me or any of you wouldn't be out here because we've been eating cooked food for the majority of our lives. So cooked food or even healthy animal products is not the problem. The problem is our obsessive behavior and overeating and putting ourselves in a box and not having an open mind, not being willing to change. It's a wonderful cleansing. It's a wonderful cleanse for the body to be on an all raw vegan diet, and it's excellent. And some people might need that cleanse longer than others. Some people for years, some people for months. But for that, it did wonders for me, and it was wonderful. However, like Stanley Bass said in his interview, if you're not giving the body everything it needs, it's just a matter of time before it runs out. And I could say there are a lot of people out there that are experimenting with a raw vegan diet like I have, and I think it's a wonderful thing. But at Hippocrates Health Institute, they say if you're healthy, you can eat and enjoy a little cooked food. And then I was doing a little bit of more research, and I realized that exactly what Dr. Fred Bishy told me, exactly what Dr. Stanley Bass told me. They said somebody up north is not going to be able to survive on watermelon in the wintertime. They need more dense foods. And I was living in New York City, and I was wondering, how am I going to eat a raw food diet in the wintertime? Well, I did it with no problem for maybe 10 years or so. The way I did it was just by stuffing myself with nuts, dehydrated foods, and other things like that, and raw food recipes and things like that, which again, I was abusing my body because I was overdoing it. I wasn't giving my body a chance to rest because I was just trying to stay warm, and I was just always eating something. Now, can you eat a raw food diet in the wintertime? Absolutely. I did, and I was strict and consistent at it with no problem. However, the problem really became that I was just eating too much nuts, too much dehydrated food just to maintain this 100% raw status. If you choose to eat a 100% raw vegan diet, raw food diet, please be careful and monitor your blood work and make sure you're getting what you need. I definitely recommend everyone on the raw food diet supplement with vitamin D and vitamin B12 because it's very widespread amongst raw food eaters, standard American diet eaters, everyone. However, if you're in the north and you do want to have some cooked food, some steamed vegetables, that's all right. The raw food police aren't going to throw you in jail. That's okay. There's no reason out there to be 100% raw if you don't want to, unless you have a major disease that you're overcoming. And while you're overcoming that disease, 100% raw vegan would be the way to go during that cleansing period. The whole reason I do this is because I don't want to feel pain and disease ever again the way I did when I was sick, and I want to help people overcome and avoid getting disease. And that's why I do this. I'm just trying to get the information out there that's going to help everybody. There's no one way to do it for everyone. Without a doubt, the ideal food for everyone's body is raw, ripe, organic, fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. The majority of the diet should consist of that. But the amounts, the quantities, the types, and all these different things, the varieties, all depend on so many other factors, such as our climate, where we live, what we've come from in our background, in terms of how sick we were, and all these other things. So there's no one answer for anyone.
Every diet is good if you keep it for the right time period, because some diets run out of things that the body needs in a short while. So you have to know these things. And if you follow, it all depends where you're coming from. If you're coming from a bad diet, you can take a better diet, and then you can go from there to a more advanced. And there are 15 good diets till you get to the ultimate diet. So all that should be understood. But what I would say, don't get too enthusiastic about medical research and what's on the internet, because I had patients that started to read the internet and they got so screwed up and they forgot everything I taught them and they lost everything.
Wow. Because
the medical research is so full of holes and inaccuracies and excess enthusiasm, which is unbased, untruth, that if you follow it literally, you could die of a misprint, as they say.
Sure.
You know.
Sure. And the real reason why you're so healthy and you look so great, to all my viewers, I have to let everyone know that a real secret, because he's from Brooklyn. Hey, all right, all right. Yeah. So, how about this one, Dr. Bass? You know what the most two popular letters are in the Brooklyn alphabet?
What's that?
A and O. A-O. Okay. All right, you. Okay.
This is Stanley Bass, and Brooklyn is in the house.
Agave nectar and cacao, and many of these raw food candy bars that are mixed with nuts and fruits are far worse than raw fresh goat milk or steamed vegetables or sprouted cooked millet or quinoa. So you're fooling yourself if you're on a raw diet and you think this is the way to go and this is the best thing for me.